Yellowstone is truly an incredible series, and Season 5 is just about to conclude this summer.
Get up! F you, Jamie!
Fans might have to wait a little while to see the ending of this phenomenal season, but what exactly is going to happen in it? There are still so many ongoing questions that really need to be answered. I mean, have you been keeping up with the show? It's gotten insane recently, and with that awesome mid-season cliffhanger, man, we just want to see more. We're going to have to wait until summer to see what happens next, but fans have already been speculating about what might happen during the second half of Season 5.
My father's gone. Why aren't you with him?
I'm on house arrest. I can't go with him.
Well, you were with him at the county fair last night.
The first half surprised all of its fans with so much untapped potential, meaning that this second half of episodes must be packed with even more mayhem to boot.
We measure every decision against what is good for the ranch.
God, we already know this next half is going to be absolutely groundbreaking. So let's break down some of the scenarios that people want to see answered when the show returns.
Yep.
One of the biggest things people are talking about is the possible death of John Dutton. What? You can't kill John, right? I mean, he's one of the main characters. There's no way they could just kill him off for no reason, right?
Doesn't that figure?
Well, if they're going to kill him off, this might actually be the perfect opportunity. It's been an ongoing question in the fan base for a few seasons now, but this argument has only recently gotten stronger from Season 5's first half.
Well, I'm not a politician. This was never my plan.
For all of you out there who have been paying attention to the subtext of this season so far, there's actually been a hidden recurring message. We're really getting into film territory here, right? Let's turn on our analysis brains and get digging.
Man said if you didn't leave, we'd bury you here. And you didn't leave.
This subtext is the idea that the world is not meant for cowboys. In an attempt to mirror that, the show's creators have been constantly reminding us of John's mortality. I guess Kevin Costner's run in the series might be coming to an end, as John has repeatedly reminded that his family can run Yellowstone if he dies.
My kingdom. My rules. We fight with dignity. You aren't.
There's a constant reminder that even if he goes, his family will carry on the legacy, and it doesn't actually matter if he lives or dies. Obviously, we want him to live, don't get us wrong, but if he is to die, the show would actually be fine without him.
Well, now I know.
John Riley needs to evolve into the future and let his Yellowstone die. But perhaps it's not Yellowstone itself that's in danger of dying, as John might be the next on the cutting board. If you've been keeping up with the series, and we know that you have, you know that John Dutton is nothing but a survivor. I mean, look at the man. He's an absolute beast of a cowboy. He has survived so many violent attacks against his family, where he was riddled with bullets and came out on top. This guy really has that dog in him. Am I right, guys? He has had ulcers erupt in his body that caused major health problems, and of course, he even had colon cancer at one point.
Can you come tomorrow and get the rest on the road?
Let me just ask my wife.
The show has really been setting up various scares revolving around Dutton, even early on in the show's run. But I guess all of this has been forgotten by the fans, right? Or has it? Well, it looks like the writers themselves have been teasing this idea for a while now, and are slowly teasing it in Season 5 even further. John and his favorite son shared a very awkward moment in the mid-season finale. He hooked his son and told him that he loved him, which was definitely a rare moment for John.
I love you, son.
John is a very stoic man and not one to show affection all of the time to his kids and family. The fact that he did this in the first place might be setting something up. Maybe John knows something that he doesn't want to tell anyone else. Oh my God, what if his cancer is back? I mean, there are so many opportunities in different ways John could leave the show, but cancer would be the most logical. If this is the case, then the entire season has been about John ensuring his family's legacy and their ongoing lives. He's been making sure that everything will run without him before telling the family what is really going on behind the scenes. There are also ongoing rumors right now that Costner might want to step away from the series, as the show has been going on much longer than he anticipated. I mean, this series was only commissioned for one season in the beginning, and no one knew how big this show would eventually become. God, Yellowstone has become one of the biggest television shows of the last few years, and it's absolutely incredible. The show really deserves all the praise it has gotten, but I guess as Costner ages, he might want to step away from an ongoing role.
I don't need him cowboying on our show horses.
No, sir. He won't be doing that now, I promise.
We don't really know how many more seasons the show has left, but perhaps season 5 is the end for Costner. But of course, that isn't over Yellowstone, as true fans of the series know that prophecy should come to pass in the second half of the season. Ooh, what's going on?
We found a way to circumvent the consequences of defending ourselves. I'm shocked we need a way, but we do.
If you haven't been keeping up with the Yellowstone prequel, then you probably don't know what might be on the horizon, so let's get into it. True fans of the series know that there was a promise made in 1883 when the first Dutton set his route in Montana. The Duttons were only allowed to keep this land for around 7 generations before returning it to the Spotted Eagles people. This basically means that it's almost inevitable that the Duttons are going to lose the ranch in this next season.
This reservation are real, far more real than any theater being played out in Helena right now.
All the fact that the ranch is going to change form. I guess we don't really know what the details are yet, do we? But something crazy is just about to happen on the horizon. Maybe John knows that the ranch is doomed, so we could see him give it to the Broken Rock Reservation and Rainwater Guardianship. Damn, that would be such an incredible plot twist, wouldn't it? This, coupled with the fact that John's cancer might be back, could make up for an incredible season 5 finale. If you've been paying close attention to the season so far, this is actually the 7th generation of the Dutton family, meaning that this should be the last generation allowed to own the farm. John might be trying to save his family from the burden, which is why he is pushing them to move out to the East Camp House.
There is a century's worth of our family's secrets down at the bottom of that canyon.
John definitely knows what's going on, which is why he's been acting very suspiciously in the last few episodes. I mean, look at the man. He's showing affection to his family and even acting weird around the ranch. Something is definitely going on, and we're going to get to the bottom of it whether they like it or not.
I'm aware, Beth.
He will use everything that he knows to destroy you.
The season 5 finale could make up for one of the best seasons of television we've seen yet, or at least the best season of Yellowstone so far. We really hope that Yellowstone doesn't overstay its welcome, as many shows tend to do that nowadays.
I think she'll try to have me killed.
Come on.
For God's sake, just look at something like Riverdale. That show has been going on for way too long. The fact that the Yellowstone franchise is split off so much and adapted itself into a prequel series shows that they are here for the long haul. But that doesn't mean that the main series needs to carry on in its current form. Just like The Walking Dead and many other shows, Yellowstone could live on through different spin-off series, and maybe even a film to wrap everything up.
Sometimes conjecture is all you need to get started.
Truth prevails.
This show is just phenomenal, and we would hate to see it fall into the gutter. We hope you enjoyed today's video, and stay curious.
If there is a place our enemies go and nobody ever knows they went, then they will never come back.